Peasant Productions presents The Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. We're discussing miracles and imaging. Like I say, you got to stop and realize that people like to package things up and put fancy names to them. Why? Because then they can sell it to you as their thing. I've been involved in advertising and sales work and around sales and studying sales as a business owner for at least 50 years, okay? I've been an apartment owner type person for 50 years, so at least 50 years. I'm 59 years old and my family bought an apartment building that they still own in Glendale when I was 8 years old. My first business, where I actually went out and advertised a product to sell for money in hand, I was 4 years old. 55 years ago, folks. Okay, so I have been doing this a very long time. I have seen an awful lot. I have read an awful lot. I have heard an awful lot. I've been to a lot of different types of sales pitches and sales seminars and listening to stuff. I currently, through email, get probably about 5 to 6 different companies sending me information on sales pitches and how to sell stuff in the new age per day. Okay, I see it all the time. It's a lot of it is the same companies, selling. Oh, this person. As a matter of fact, I got what I love it. The last name of the person is Murgatroyd. Murgatroyd has a really great selling system here. She'll teach you how to sell on Instagram. Murgatroyd's going to teach you how to sell on Facebook. One week it's Facebook, next week it's Instagram. The difference between the two packages is zero. The difference between that package and what I learned out of reading The Hidden Persuaders in, when did I read Hidden Persuaders? 1972, I believe it was. Okay, 13, 14 years old. 71, 72, I read a book called The Hidden Persuaders. It's about the psychology used in American marketing. The psychology is also used in European marketing, it's used in Chinese marketing, it's used in Russian marketing, it's used everywhere for everything that a human being tries to sell anybody else. Okay? It may have very finite particulars, i.e. Europe, America use a lot more sex than some of the other places that have not adopted American glitter glamour type stuff. But needless to say, you will find Chinese women are used to sell product just quite as much as an American company uses a American woman or a sexy woman. Okay, you may not see a Carl's Jr., a woman with the big bazoos with the juices dripping onto them to make you want to get over there and nibble and have some sexual fun. But in China, they will still have a woman that is very deliciously looking figure by their standards, and they might have a little more demure type of sales pitch in it, but you still got a sexy woman there showing you the product. So, that's why I say you have to stop and look to see what around you really is all this imaging. What is going on? How is it happening? What is the thing? Okay. Now, to give you an understanding of how really actually easy this is to do, I am in Mexico. I do not speak Spanish. Well, at this point, I actually kind of do understand the Spanish. I don't speak it as well as I actually understand it. I can listen to people talking, and I can pick up an awful lot of the actual words they're using. I've been here so long. I'm immersed in the structural society culture here, so yes, I am very much involved in it. A couple of months into being here, when I realized that I couldn't really trust anyone to tell me anything, and I needed to try and figure out a market price for myself. it was quite obvious that the money that I make in America, I'm not going to make in this town. Okay, so I literally just started wandering around town and looking to see what was being sold for what price. Okay, now if I can go out and buy a brand new pair of blue jeans for 150 pesos, which is about $9. Okay, actually at this point in time it's not even that, because I think current rate is like somewhere between 18 and 19 pesos to the dollar. So, 150 pesos, 180 pesos, 180 pesos. Okay, fine. There's a $10 pair of Levi's blue jeans. Okay, I can get a really good meal starting at about 40 pesos. Okay, so I had to stop and think, okay, this is what things are, this is what it costs here, this is what is going on. So if I want to be compatible to these people and make money selling myself, selling my wares, selling my abilities, selling what's going on, I have to lower how much I'm going to charge for stuff. So I set a rate of 60 pesos an hour, which is, what, $3.20 an hour? Yeah, we're talking what I made like in 1975, 78, something like, well, no. Yeah, 1978 I went to work for LA County and I was making $10 an hour. Prior to that I was making, about $3 an hour. So yeah. So, it's a little bit amusing. However, I set that rate a year and a half ago, and while a few people that don't want me to make any money, they want me to go broke, have argued that I'm way too expensive, the average person on the street has absolutely no problem with accepting the fact that I'm charging 60 pesos an hour and up. The more involved I am, the more technical, the more equipment I got to use and stuff like that. Obviously, I can raise my prices, but nobody in this town argues what I said. And I did not talk to anybody, actually verbally talk to anybody. I walked around, I realized most of the businesses in this town are family run. I realized, what it costs for food, what it costs for electricity, what it costs for housing, what it costs for clothing, what people spend money on, how they spend their money. The fact that you walk into most stores and places around here and then you hand them a 500 peso note and you're only getting 100 pesos worth of product, there's a good possibility that person's going to run out the door and start running around. And it's so bad, I walked into a bank about a week ago, and I handed the teller a 500 peso note and I asked for cambia, change. And she looked at my list of what I wanted for change and she shook her head and said, I don't have that. And she gave me some different change other than what I was requesting, and I had to go to other places and break the money down from there. So literally a bank that I walked into it. Now there's another bank that I go into more often for change, and it's an International Santander's. Oh no, that was HSBC. I'm sorry, HSBC. And I go there in the late afternoon. Then they will have change for me. Yes, because the people are walking in with change and giving their day's money and stuff like that. So yeah, I set a rate simply by walking around, and a year and a half later, nobody argues the fact that I am actually competitive to what's going on. Okay. So that is how easy it is to walk around and actually observe your world and see what's going on and begin applying the correct mindset in your head as to what's going on. Okay? So that's why I say you need to think about, when you're going to do a miracle, you need to think about the timing of it. How much time do I have to create this miracle in front of me? You need to consider what the placement is. Is the miracle in Grandma's body to cure cancer? Is the miracle putting the keys to the Maserati in my hand? And then you have to put all the bits and pieces together to form that. But the Maserati in the hand is a lot easier than Grandma's having a cancer cure. the imaging is the same. Grandma's on a short time limit. You can take 5 years to get that Maserati. So you start by envisioning the Maserati keys in your hand with the pink slip, and you start building on the image of the car and going all the way up through all the processes. Okay? Don't knock yourself out by trying to run a marathon the first day, do you? You go out and you start, you can run around the block. Then you can run around 2 blocks. Then you can run around 10 blocks. Same thing.